Now let's share. Okay. Good morning, students, boys and girls. I'm very happy to be with you today. Today we shall be talking about something very interesting, as usual. All my topics are usually interesting. Well, today we're talking about something that involves our speech. So needless to say, we shall be treating a topic under oral English. Under oral English. So as you can see, some pictures on the slide, but I would like to get some clarification on our last topic. I hope we don't have any question. And if we do, you can share them on the chat now so I can see. Our last topic, taught on Saturday, is formal letter and its features. Formal letter and its features. Actually, I wasn't the one that took you in that class. Mr. Bello took the class. I hope it was well understood and I know it was well taught. So, but still, if you have some queries, if you have some parts or aspect that you do not understand, you can always share them on the chat. Rather than share meaningless things, you can share your questions and some aspects you don't understand and you want clarification, and they will be attended to. Also, I give you assignment. I expect to see the assignment, but I haven't got any as at now. So I hope we are participating, and the evidence of your participation can be seen in the quick or early submission of your homework. So that being that, I hope today attitude will take a better turn by your early submission or submission at all of your assignment, because they show how serious you are and how much value you place on your education. Okay, let's get back to today's lesson. Today we shall be talking about a topic under oral English. Well, you can see a very beautiful picture on the slide. I would like someone to have two pictures. I would like someone to share with me what he or she can observe from the picture. What do you notice? There are two pictures here, the one up and the one below. The one up contains a man holding a mobile phone, his mouth open, whether in excitement or anger is yours for you to decide. While the second picture entails two persons, most probably a mother and a daughter. The little girl is whispering something. But what do you notice about these pictures? What do you notice? Fatima, what do you notice? I can't hear you.
Or conversation.
Increase your voice, please. Increase the volume of your voice. I can't hear you.
Or conversation. It depends on, I don't know.
It depends on, you don't know. Okay, I think I got the aspect where you said conversation. Okay, that's quite okay. Clinton, what do you notice in this picture? What can you observe in these pictures? You're not saying anything. I can't hear you clearly. Can you increase the volume of your voice? Where you are is quite noisy. Can you move to a less noisy place? I'm going to have to mute you back. You're not responding. Anifa, what can you notice in these pictures? What can you say about them? Speak louder, please. Okay, the connection is not so clear. You're not saying anything again?
No.
Okay, how about you, Fowls?
Ma?
Fowls, I'm talking to Fowls.
Hello?
I'm listening.
Conversation between the girl and her mother, I think, and yelling by the other man, maybe. So speech in general.
Speech, that's quite good. That's quite good. I don't know if you said the same thing, Anifa, but I didn't hear what you said. But that's quite good of you. In fact, what is common among these two persons is that they are both speaking, right? In fact, these three persons, that there's something they are speaking, isn't it? At least the little girl is speaking to her mother or the older woman beside her, right?
Yes.
Okay, you are quite correct. Now we shall move ahead. I'll implore you to please lower the volume of whatever you are doing. I am hearing some noise in the background. Okay, today we shall be talking about something interesting. Intonation. Intonation. I'm sure you'd have guessed actually already. If you notice, the man in the first picture above, is yelling like you said, like Aziz said. How the girl in the other picture, it's clear she isn't yelling, she's actually whispering. Now, but there's something common to them, to the both of them. They are both speaking. But I'm sure you would agree with me that the tone of their voice will not be the same. From the way the man's mouth is open and the expression on his face, we can infer and we can reasonably deduce that the man is not speaking in a low tone. But we can easily and rightly deduce from the second picture that the girl is whispering because she's actually even covering her mouth. So her voice will not be audible to even those around. So we shall be talking about intonations today. What is intonation? Timileyin. What is intonation? Rama, son, what is intonation? Okay, Fatima is raising her hand. Before you answer, Fatima. Okay, Fatima, answer now.
What should I answer?
You're raising up your hand. I thought you wanted to answer the question, what is intonation?
No, I was answering and you were like, what do you observe in the pictures?
Okay, we have gone beyond that.
And I was saying it since you're like, nah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you clearly. Okay, what are you saying?
I said intonation of speech, like.
Oh, that's quite clever of you. If you had said that actually before we started, before I mentioned the topic.
I said it since before you even said the topic.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. It's okay, no problem. You are correct then, if you said so. Okay, we are speaking on intonation. That's our topic for today. Now, I asked a question. What is intonation? I would like Iman to answer, or yes, Iman, where are you again? Alpha Latif, answer please. What is intonation? Explain in your own way, because this is not a new topic in any way to you. In the way you can explain it in your own understanding, what can you say intonation is?
Intonation is like when you change your voice when you are talking to someone.
That's good. That's a very good explanation. Yes, it's the way your voice changes when you're talking to someone. That's nice. Mariam or Lolade, can you give your own opinion of the term intonation? Okay, let's continue. I can't seem to hear all of you when I unmute you. But we shall continue. Intonation, we shall actually define in a few minutes to come. But let's first of all take a look at our lesson objectives. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define the term intonation, Why do we need to learn the importance of intonation? We need to learn the importance of intonation so that we can improve on how we speak. We've been speaking before now, like I said, but perhaps we've not attained perfection. By us learning the functions of intonation, we'll better manage the way we speak and how we speak. Now, the raising and lowering of our voice when we speak, that is the first function now, helps us to give some rhythmic pattern to what we say. When you speak, you don't speak like a robot. You speak with a musical rise and fall. There's a rise and fall of your voice. That is what makes you human. Okay. Okay. I would go over again to the first function. I would go over to the first function. The raising and lowering of our voice when we speak helps to give some rhythmic pattern to what we say. If you have ever been to a language lab, by the time you speak, in fact, it's even very bad. The most common example is you will see some musical gadgets. When you speak, you will see a spike. When you don't speak, it will be what? Silent. Now, what do I mean by this? We don't speak like computers. Without intonation, our speech will sound monotonous. It will be boring and we hardly have a meaning for our listeners. That is what makes us human. Also, intonation is used to indicate the intended meaning of a speaker. For instance, the expression thank you said in a high to low voice would mean real gratitude. For example, oh, thank you is different from when I say thank you. Do you understand? If you have to be presented with a gift, let's say you've always had a lot of things, a lot of you already have. Okay, I will just have to start from the beginning. Let's start with intonation. Yes, so I've gone far, but good on our side. We can start all over again. For some person that didn't hear us before, what is intonation? Someone rightly said at the beginning of the lesson that it is how we speak, the rise and fall of our voice or the pitch of our voice during speech. And if you listened earlier or if you heard, if you're fortunate to have heard, I said that intonation is the rise and fall of our voice, meaning it is particular to speech. Without speaking, you will not be accused of having a low or high voice. It is a function of speech. Now, I give an example of two cab drivers. Imagine you come to the front of your house and you're about picking a cab, and you ask this cab driver if he will take you to a shopping center 5 kilometers away. He then replies you in a most chilling, flat voice you've ever heard. Sure, get in. Will you enter? Or will you get in? I doubt you will. The tone of the voice he has used to reply you certainly will scare you, like, what is it? But imagine there's another cab behind him. You ask the same question to the second cab, and this time the driver replies in the most cheery, almost musical and friendly voice you have ever heard. Oh, get in. Certainly you would want to get in. Why? If you choose the second cab, it is because of the driver's intonation. Why? Because it makes you feel welcome, and you seem to think to yourself, oh, it seems much nicer. You are quite right. What can we infer from this story? We can infer that the tone of our voice can tell the attitude, whether negative or not. Now, you will be asking yourself, why do we need to learn intonation? Many of us may not be conscious of it. Certainly we have been speaking before now. Certainly we have been speaking before now. I can see some hands raised up. I implore you to please be patient. About 5 minutes to the end of the lesson, I will unmute you so you can ask your question so we can interact. Now, I also gave some examples of some words that had a different meaning. I gave some examples of words, those spelled the same way, but they meant two different things as a result of the tone which is a function of the stress placed on this word. Now, if you look on your screen, you see examples of this word. An example, the first example is transport. Transport. Now, it's different from transport. When I say transport, if you listen closely, you will realize that a stress has been placed on the first syllable. This is a two-syllable word. The stress being placed on the first syllable makes it a noun. And the way it is even said is different from when it is said as transport. When it is said as transport, it means it is a verb. How? Because the stress is now shifting from the first syllable to the second syllable. The first one, transport, is a noun. Another example is given below. Present and present. Now, when we say present, the stress is on the first syllable, making it a noun. Present, the stress has shifted from the first syllable to the second one, present, like someone being in attendance at a particular place. The third example, import, is different from import. When you say import, the stress is on the first syllable, making it a noun. But when you say import, the stress has shifted from the first syllable to the second syllable. I hope that is quite clear. I really, really hope that is clear. Now, we shall be going into the functions of intonation. Why do we need to study intonation? You may ask yourself. Well, we shall be seeing some of the functions, some of the uses, some of the benefits of intonation. Why? This will help you in your speaking. Some of us are not even conscious of the tone of your voice. That's why sometimes when you speak, people like, you are confused, people misunderstand you. Why? Because what you are saying does not match the tone of your voice. Now, let's look at some of the functions. The raising and lowering of our voice when we speak helps to give some rhythmic pattern to what we say. That is number one. Number two, without intonation, our speech will sound monotonous, meaning it will be boring. You sound like a computer. Many of you, no matter how much, for now, we have not gotten to the level where we enjoy a computer reading to us. Why is that? Because it doesn't sound like a human voice. It will just be reading like, on a level. It doesn't add, there's no human feeling to it, there's no passion. There's no human attribute to it. You will certainly know that this is a computer reading. It will be boring and it will hardly have meaning to our listeners. Now, the third function, intonation is used to indicate the intended meaning for a speaker. Like we have just said before, that the examples we gave a few minutes before. Sometimes, like the examples of the two caps, what distinguish? Why would you prefer to go with the second cap? Simple. The intonation used by the second cap. The first one sounds scary and unwelcome. It makes you feel unwelcome and unfriendly. While the second one, who sounded so friendly and his voice sounded musical, make you feel welcome, make you feel accommodated. An example is, for example, you are given a present, a gift on your birthday, and someone gave you a gift you've always longed for, always wished for. In such excitement, you say something like, "Oh, thank you." But if, for example, you come on your birthday, someone comes to give you an exercise book. I'm not saying that is not a gift, but it's not something you've always wanted, because I'm sure you have a lot of exercise books. The way and manner in which you will say that thank you will be different from the way and manner you will say a thank you if you have been given a car, or let's say a flight ticket to your dream country. Certainly, you will say something like, "Oh, thank you." so ordinary, so low. I don't know if you are being carried along here. Meaning that in the first instance where you say thank you, you say from thank you. The first one is high to low, while the second one is low to high, because it shows your meaning. In the first one, it shows excitement. The second one shows it is a casual acknowledgement of something not very important. Now, let's look at the fourth function of intonation. Intonation also performs a grammatical function. We can use it to tell which sentence is a statement, which sentence is a question, which sentence is a command. We shall be looking for this very soon. Now, we shall also, another function of intonation, it shows attitude of the speaker. It shows attitude of the speaker. Needless to say, you speak according to your mood. You speak according to your mood swing, according to how you feel at that particular moment. When you're excited, it is very easy to know by your tone, by the way and manner in which you speak, by your words. But when you're not excited, when you are dull, when you are sad, when you're not happy, your tone also what shows it. Now, let's now get down to the intonation patterns. English language has two patterns of intonation. They are the falling intonation and the rising intonation. These are the two patterns we have. The falling intonation is indicated by an arrow pointing in a downward direction, while the rising intonation is identified with an arrow pointing upward. Remember, we have two types of intonation patterns. We have the falling intonation, which is always indicated by an arrow pointing downward. And we have the rising intonation, which is always indicated by an arrow which points upward. Now, today we shall study the falling tone. In the falling tone, the arrow goes downward, indicating a fall in the pitch of your voice. When you use the falling intonation, you are sure of what you are saying and you want the listener to agree with you. You're not asking a question. Now, let's look at the uses of the falling tone. When do we use this falling tone? How do we use this falling tone? Like I said, we already use these tones, but let's now examine the instances in which we use them. What will warrant you using a falling tone? So in situations where you need to use the falling tone, you don't use the rising tone. The first instance is to give command. One of the first uses is to give command. Example, close that door quickly. Close that door quickly. Get away from that place. Get away from that place. Leave here now. Leave here now. Hand those keys over to me. Hand those keys over to me. Come inside now. Come inside now. Now, if you notice the tone of my voice, unless I'm excited about what I'm saying, when I mean excitement, I don't mean necessarily happy. Unless another emotion is triggering my response or my speech. When we use this command ordinarily, we use what? The falling tone. Now, let's go to the second one. When do we use the falling tone again? To make complete statements. We use the falling tone to make complete statements. Statements that don't warrant an answer. They're not asking a question. For example, I am a Nigerian. It's not an afterthought. It's a complete statement in itself. I am a Nigerian. You will make it if you work hard. You will make it if you work hard. You are an adult now. You are an adult now. I will buy a bicycle when I get older. I will buy a bicycle when I get older. I will build a house when I'm 50. I will build a house when I'm 50. I will be the president when I'm 30. I will be the president when I'm 30. You know, complete statement in itself. To make complete statement. Now, the third use of the WH of the falling tone is to ask WH questions. Yes, we need to ask questions, but specific kind of questions. To ask the WH questions. An example, who is that man? Who is that man? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why did you do that? If you notice these questions, what characterize them? They are WH questions. So it's not all questions that are asked with a falling tone. Specifically, WH questions. Now, I'm sure as we have been teaching along, as I've been learning along, there may have been some questions or there may have been some things you do not understand. Please quickly indicate them in the chat now so we can address them. But we have an activity for us right here. Listen carefully and indicate the sentences below. If the sentences below is a complete statement, or if it's a question or a command. Please, I crave your indulgence. You have to get a pen now. I hope you have a paper close to you. You don't need to write down the question. I'm going to read out the sentence. You will now indicate, when you listen carefully, you will indicate if it's a complete statement, if it's a question, or if it is a command. I'm going to start now. We shall start our examination this week. We shall start our examination this week. Is this sentence a complete statement? Is it a command or is it a question? We shall start our examination this week. That is number one. Number two, just indicate it. Put number one. If it's a question, put if it's a statement, put there. Just put statement. If it's a command, just indicate. Don't need to write the sentence down. Now, number two. Kindly hold on. Which of the teams are playing tonight? 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 I give you a clue. At the beginning of this sentence, we have a WH word. Now, number three, I'm sure you must have indicated if it's a statement, if it's a question, or if it's a command. Number three now, close that door quickly. Close that door quickly. Number four, I do not like mathematics. I do not like mathematics. Indicate, is it a statement, is it a question, or a command? Number five, come out of that water at once. Come out of that water at once. Lastly, Uche does her duties regularly. Uche does her duties regularly. Now, the first one, you have to evaluate yourself now, sincerely. We shall start our examination this week. Is this a statement? Is this a question? Or is this a command? Alima Agoro.
Ma?
The first one we just did now. We are doing the correction now. We shall start our examination this week. Is this sentence a complete statement? Is it a question or is this a command?
It's a statement.
Thank you very much. You are very correct. Now, Chidera, the second one. Which of the teams are playing tonight? Is this a statement, a question, or a command?
It's a question.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm also correct. Can you hold on? Close that door quickly. Close that door quickly. Who will answer this for us now? Fouls. I'm listening, Fouls.
It's a command.
Thank you very much. Yeah, very correct also. Okay, get ready. Somebody's going to have to answer our fourth question. Okay. I do not like mathematics. I do not like mathematics. Ismail Mustafa. I don't know why you're not coming unmuted. Why are you not unmuted? Okay, let someone answer for him. Efosa. Efosa.
It's a statement.
Thank you very much. It's a statement. You're also very correct. Now the number 5, come out of that water at once. Rakib.
Command.
Thank you very much. You're very correct. Ramasani. Uche does her duties regularly. Uche does her duties. Thank you very much. Statement. Yeah, also very correct. Now, I would like to ask if anybody has a question or a contribution before I give you your assignment.
Ma, I've submitted my last assignment.
Who is speaking now?
Ramasani.
Okay. Okay. Where did you submit it? Is it through my email or through the school email?
The school email.
Okay. Okay. Who else has also submitted? Please indicate by raising your hand. Wikayat, you didn't raise up your hand. That means you haven't done it. You haven't. Brimo, Rakib, Efosa. Nobody's raising hands. Okay. We have another assignment, but please, I want us I want to be certain, I want to be sure that we understand this topic completely. Okay, and I'm going to ask Efosa a question now, which I expect him to answer me immediately. What is intonation? Efosa.
I was not here when you taught intonation.
But from what we have said so far, what can you say intonation is?
Intonation has to do with
what?
Tones. I think it has to do with the tone of the word or whatever.
Whatever. Okay, we're answering questions, whether online or in physical. You use whatever, okay? That's why it's becoming. Thank you. I understand perhaps you are not here when we started, okay? I would like Brimo to please answer for him, or rather correct him.
Children, I'm going to the restroom and it could take a while. So you want to wait right here.
I'm listening. Nobody's speaking.
Who's your favorite music star?
Me.
Intonation. What is intonation?
Me.
All right, speak. You said me and you kept quiet.
Intonation is the rise and fall in someone's tone while speaking.
Thank you very much. It's a rise and fall of our voice in speech. Thank you. As I'm speaking now, you may not be aware, but my voice is rising and falling. I'm not articulating all the words I'm saying in the same way. If not, I'll sound like a computer. Okay, that's very good. Yusuf Karim, how many types of intonation patterns do we have? 3. Okay, how many did I teach today? Huh? Oh my god. Okay. Abiba Dawudu. Abiba Dawudu. She's not there. Nifemi. Types of intonation patterns we studied today. Nifemi. I told her that there are 2 types of intonation patterns, but we studied only one. Mention the 2 that I mentioned. No answer coming from her. Okay. All right. If you go over your slide, you will see all we have done for today. But please take down your homework. Make 10 different examples of sentences ending with the following tone. Make 10 different examples of sentences ending with the following tone. Make sure in these 10 sentences, it includes at least more than 2 commands, more than 2 complete statements, and more than 2 WH questions. Or they should be up to 10.
An 8-year-old working weed-hog became an instant millionaire himself last night. He was part of the TV show Shark Tank and sold them his concept for new invention.
Excuse me, ma'am.
I can hear you. Okay. You who? Your name?
Chidera.
Okay. I'm listening to you, Chidera.
Okay. Ma, the previous assignment given us, can we send it to the school's email or yours? Yours.
Send it to the school email. Okay, should I give you mine still? You have mine?
Okay. No.
Then I don't think that you just send it to the school email. If you have the school email, send it there. Do you have it?
Yes.
It has been sent to you. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just send it to the school. I'll get it from there. Who else asked questions before we round up for today? Abiba, where did you go? I asked a question and you were not around. You're nowhere to be found. Okay, take down your homework, please. I shall request for this homework in our next lesson.
Timlin, stop. What the hell is on to me, man?
You got to do something.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Any more questions, you just put them in the chat box.
Some people have questions.
Let's hear them before the time is up.
Like their video, their camera is not on, so you can't.
Okay, no problem. No, I can't see so many people's faces. Still, they should ask their question. They should indicate. They can leave them in the chat box. I will see them now.
Ma, type of illustration.
This is hard. This one's hard.
Habib, do you have a question?
That's a rising intonation.
Scouts and their fearless troop leader in here. See how happy they look with all their badges? Just think, if you guys are
Like I said, if you have a question, please put them in the chat box now. Even if you don't have camera, at least you can chat.
Rakib has a question.
Who has a question now?
all you have is time. When I was picking the fence earlier, you said,
That's your intonation.
there's a long tradition of honor scouts in our family. I was an honor scout. My father was an honor scout. His father was an honor.
Ma, we're not around. The type of illustration.
You watch that one. You watch the video on YouTube.
Okay.
Please, next time be available for the lesson. It's very important. Now the time is up. We'll see in our next lesson. Please make sure you watch the video and do the assignment. Thank you very much and stay good.
Ma.
Bye.
Bye bye.